Okay, welcome. This is Terracotta, named after the Terracotta warriors in real history. It is in a previous game they went a different party went into the jungle to one side was trying to take out the white stag of legend, and the other side was trying to protect it. And the protector side won. And the stag led them to a cave full of an entire legion of stone warriors. It was all kept hush-hush except for the church and the druids. But now it's time that they are sending someone back in to investigate the cave. I'll do character introductions, although one person is not quite here yet. They'll be here within probably another half an hour. Starting over here with Nova.
Ahem. Nova M. Shimmersfell reporting for duty. I am a Ice Ranger, level 3 Sylveon. I am a Fae, and I'm a beast, and I promise you I am more beast than Fae. I am not adorable. I am not cute. I am 25 years old. Take me seriously. Point, and I will shoot.
Okay, and then we've got Tracy and her Fae Fox.
Hello, my name is Tracy, and I am a Dryad Paladin. I don't have much else to say.
I don't really. We have here the token doesn't have a name underneath it, and I'm blanking on it. But we have the.
I don't know why it's not showing under there. I tried to make it show, but it won't show for me.
Let me go. Oh, I didn't hit some nameplate. Okay, I thought I hid.
There you go.
And
Yep.
the elf, I believe, for see the future.
Yep. So I'm playing Glidden, a high elf wizard of the divination specialty, with a penchant for telling the future.
And last of the people who are currently here, Zenith.
Yes, my name is Zenith Tradewind. I am an Air Genasi, and my reputation precedes me, as who wouldn't be charmed by this face and skill.
The tokens over here represent our the Warforged, or Peace Forged, I believe he called it, Artificer, who will be here within probably 20 minutes or so. And some tokens over here that are other people that may show up. Whiskerson, an NPC created by the person who is doing Tracy from a previous game. I will give also control of that token to him for when she is in the picture. Controlled by all players, so Adrian can control Whiskerson for the startup. We have Sasha, a initiate in the Temple of Nula. It looks like our artificer has just sent me a message. Let's see here. Rainbow Mantra. I'm guessing maybe he's listening to this. Maybe he's not quite here yet.
We have Emily get him if he comes in here.
Okay. And then below that is Lupin. Lupin is a druid who is from the village of Knot over here. The druids that are who kind of live in this forest and have a recent peace treaty with the church. And then Bay, his wolf companion, as well as several other dogs not pictured. All right, so you guys are all. Tracy was here when we encountered the white stag, but you guys, the party here, is in Holland's Rest in the Church of Nula. You were told to meet at the church for a certain time to deal with this threat. The church has offered to pay you. So that's it's pay each of you 300 gold to go into this cave and come out with answers. So before you lodge the large church, and if I can upload a picture that Adrian has been using for the city of Holland's Rest, I have it somewhere. I guess I'll look for it. Throw it up when I can get to it. But you're all standing in front of, or you can all be standing in front of the Church of Nula in Holland's Rest.
Well, I guess Nova would be. We're just staying outside of the church right now, so she's kind of leaned against the wall, arms crossed, kind of like looking at everybody, not wanting to keep her back open. Trying to keep an eye out on trying to like scope out the area and make sure that it's that they're okay.
The other party members are okay, and they're not going to stab you in the back.
I don't know that. I'm a trained soldier. I know better.
Across the square, you see someone from the church is opening up a pair of stocks, unlocking a pair of stocks, and you see this gnome yelling. It's like, "Let me out of here! I've served my time." It's like, I'm supposed to get out here today.
Tracy would be standing across from him, probably about 20 feet away, just standing, watching him shout.
You would recognize ACDC, the gnome artificer that was part of the only one that you captured of the people who was actually trying to hunt the white stag. He has been serving his time in the stocks for a little bit, but they have seen him free to let him go today, apparently. He's like, all right, I'm coming. Move it faster! I can move faster. I got short legs, but I can move faster than that. He's like, I could take a walk around the block.
Guardsman. Tracy would kind of shout out to the other guy who's being slow.
Oh, yeah, sure. What can I do for you, lady?
I
assume you're a lady? He
Yes.
kind of looks at the tree.
She is very much a feminine form, wearing basically no clothes, but not human. So very bark-skinned and kind of very tree-ish, but definitely feminine. And she's standing she has nothing in her hands except for her kind of glaive, kind of like a Chinese guandao looking weapon. And she's watching the guy in the stocks, and she points at him and says, "He has done his time."
It's like, wasn't expecting it. You're one of the ones who put me in. You're one of the ones who put me in here. Wouldn't expect you to come to my aid. But she's right. Let me out. Ugh. The guy unlocks the stocks and is like, the gnome's like, and my things, they're inside the church. They're waiting for you. I'm going to count every single coin and potion bottle.
Your punishment is complete. Do not offend again.
Nova's gonna like lean against the wall, watching the whole thing, and just mumble to herself, "Man, he's loud. It's not the case when he learns how to shut up."
So ACDC disappears inside and to start gathering his things, and we'll move on and may show up in other adventures. the rest of you are outside the Church of Nula in the city of Holland's Rest.
Yes.
Nova, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Gunnan's just kind of focused to himself for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna roll my 2 portent dice, so I have those recorded and ready to go. Yes, 2 lows. That's what I wanted.
Gosh, I love portents. Those are so cool.
Hmm. Other than that, they're just kind of watching and observing what's going on and trying not to get too involved with anything that's aggressive looking.
Zenith will take a few steps up in front of the church, look up at it, just say, "Ah, what a quaint little building, full of simple folk."
Have we gotten our mission at this point, or no?
You would know what it's about since you've been told, since you were there when you discovered the cave that the stag led you to. The others would have just been told that the Church of Nula was wanting to would pay some adventurers 300 gold to go investigate an ancient cave. They don't want to spread out to spread out the word about this literal army of stone warriors.
So if I can tell that there are adventurers kind of amassing, I would start to approach them. Who's over by the church currently?
Everyone
Nova-
except for the officer.
Yeah, Nova is by the door, like looking at Zenith, who is like talking about the simple folk, and she kind of raises an eyebrow.
It looks like Glendon is also there, just sort of off to the side.
Yeah, just kind of sudding off to myself for a minute.
Wait, this is it? This is... Are yeah, you all can't be for the same job that I'm doing, right?
You want to look me in the eye and say that, buddy?
Are you actually dressed like your token, like you're a Playboy girl?
Yes, I am.
Well, I am the figurehead for whatever team I am a part of, so I'm not sure we'll need you.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you past all the bullshit you're spewing out of that shithole you call your mouth. You want to say it to me again? To my face? And I will look at you and cross my arms and get like a really pouty look on my face.
What's your skill set?
She'll point to her bow. Want me to demonstrate and use your face as a target?
I wouldn't recommend that.
And why not?
It would end poorly.
For who?
It wouldn't be very fair for the little girl in front of me.
You want to run that by me again, buddy?
Oh, I'm still underneath.
Oh, I thought I got you in.
Hold on. He's down here, down in Chult for you to see. There we go. Thank you. Well, I really am stuck with you all.
Holden's Rest, this picture is a little old. There are 3 gigantic trees, and we're talking about gigantic, like skyscraper-sized trees.
I guess Zenith will just wander off without saying another word. You, elf. What do you do?
Oh, are you talking to me? I'm magic. I cast spells. I see the future. I'm generally just pretty smart.
Oh, so you know about my exalted future?
No, I don't concern myself with the future of mere plebs that I have no concern with. I'm more worried about myself. But
Yeah. Why don't you leave the lying to me, and he'll move on to Tracy.
but I wasn't lying.
Tracy shifts her Guandao from one hand to the other and kind of inclines her head towards him, but says nothing.
Well, if nothing else, we have pretty faces around.
You're one of those.
The guard kind of has still hasn't really moved on. He kind of mumbles to himself. You're really looking at her face?
Her eyes look over to the guard, but still says nothing.
Nova's
Well-
gonna very casually pull off her bow and hold it in her hand for comfort.
Well, I suppose it should be done sooner rather than later. Where do we go to sort this all out and start our mission?
Inside, I believe.
Well, that was easy. He just casually strolls in.
I will follow with Theodore in tow. Theodore is my face spider, who typically rides on my head.
Do you need a token for Theodore?
Don't feel like it needs to be a priority, but if you get a chance to make a small one, feel free to.
I'll throw one in when we actually get to more to the dungeon.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, so, Whiskerson would probably be waiting for you, and I will let Adrian play Whiskerson if since it is his character. She is expecting the adventures, and she knows the artificer is running late.
So Whiskerson is Tabaxi. She's fairly short, but she's wearing plate mail at this point. And she ushers everybody into the inner chamber of the church, which is kind of a big cathedral hall, and she would lead you to the back where there's kind of an office with a big oval table, and just kind of invite you all in to have a seat or stand as you wish.
In this office, there would be a human in green robes already waiting, and laying down at his feet there is a large white wolf with red eyes, and then 4 other large dogs, kind of sitting around as he leans up against the wall.
It's rather crowded in here.
He looks up. Is this all of them? There's still the other. Still the other one who said he was going to, who had a prior engagement, isn't there?
Oh, he's still in the back hall. He's refreshing himself, says the Tabaxi. He'll be here
everyone...
momentarily.
Oh, sorry. Everyone do a perception check.
Ugh.
I said roll for Lupin's to. I'll give him advantage since he's been in here for a little bit. Perception +6. Okay. But okay. Well, that's between 2 of my characters though, so he would have already been aware. Okay. All right. I got a 14, 13, 5, and 5. Do you know what Whiskerson's perception is?
Let's just go with a +3.
No. Only Lupin seemed to realize this, and he would have had a conversation, but before people arrived, he's like, "Sit. If you we can start the conversation about the job beforehand." About this time, as people walking by, a very angry-looking cat starts coming by. and looks towards Whiskerson. Have you seen little Sasha?
Not for a while, not today. I haven't gotten a chance to spend any time with her since I've been doing more training.
She's slipped out of meditation training. Meditation practice again.
Again?
When I get my hands on that little girl.
She'll grow up eventually.
And the large cat from Nun scrolls off, scowls, and starts heading off in another direction into the church.
Well, that
Tracy,
was dramatic, even for me.
I've noticed a lot of things are dramatic here, Tracy says.
Oh, well, that makes for the most fun.
If you wish for us to start the briefing, we can tell you what's going on, but I would request you close the door. There's many of the church know what is going on, but this is a sensitive matter.
Of course. I guess Zenith will close the door.
Sit if you'd like.
Sitting's not really my style.
Very well.
Nova will go to sit down, but she'll sit on her knees because she probably can't see past the table.
Tracy is also standing kind of off to the side of the table.
You give both Nova and Tracy a little bit longer of a look. It's like, could you see some fae? And an elf, take it.
I'm going to sit down in a chair and just let Theodore climb from my head down my hair and just sit on my lap. And I'll pet him.
The white wolf kind of looks up towards the spider, but doesn't do anything hostile towards it.
I just take a long stare through the brims of my glasses at this wolf.
Would Tracy
And
see your
do
spider?
anything.
Hmm?
I mean, it's not hidden. It's like a glowing green fey spider about the size of like a tarantula.
Oh, so it's actually a pretty decent sized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As far as like
That's
normal
fun.
spiders go.
Yeah, it's a bigger fey spider. It's got the stats of just a regular spider, but it's just bigger.
Mm-hmm. So I think Tracy would begin to walk kind of around the table to where you're at and get kind of close to you and kind of bend down, kneel down, and kind of look down at the face spider. And she'd say, in what language do they speak? I think it's Sylvan. She'll say,
In the fae language, yeah.
yeah, she'd say, "Hello, little one," and kind of point out a finger to it.
It reaches out one of its legs and just shakes your finger, and then scurries back up my body to my other shoulder.
Nova watches the interaction, like looks at the fox and the spider and Tracy, and just kind of looks with fascination, but then like shakes her head and looks back at the person giving the assignment.
Outside, when everyone seems to have calmed down, he says, outside of the Church of Nula and the druids of Not, who I am here to represent, and Whiskerson here is the representative for the Church of Nula. There are very few who have seen this. Paladin Tracy here, from my understanding, was part of the original group to discover this. But there is their party was led to
Bless you.
their party was led to a cave that we just has apparently been closed off or hidden for a very long time. And the contents of this cave are to be kept a secret. You are hereby part of the contract. As part of the contract, you were to not discuss that outside of members of the party or people within this room. Is that to be clear?
Your secrets will die with me.
Hopefully not.
Well, not today, but when my time comes, because we're all gonna die.
Wise words, little one.
Thank you.
Yeah, she won't be dying today. She'll be too far in the back.
Aside from the obvious fact that I'm an archer, I take offense. I can hit just as hard as you, if not harder.
There's nothing wrong with fighting from the back. How do you think I stay alive all the time? And I'm one of the most powerful people in most of the groups that I go to. So there's something to be said for us range fighters. We're smart, we're not stupid, and we do the most damage most times. Survival.
She points to the elf and goes, "Yeah, what he said."
All right.
A small, sly smile kind of appeared across Lupin's face. He's like, I would say, do not underestimate those of smaller size. They can be mighty. And it just a little grin appeared on his face.
She points to Lupin, like shaking me, going, "Yeah, that what he said."
I am Alpha, and you are now here at my feet is my pack. The Beta is my second in command. He looks towards the white wolf and kind of looks up, and it gives the wolf kind of gives each of you a look.
Are any of them
This-
Fae?
No. Lupin, Beta is a large, true like timber wolf, and the others are just kind of like household dogs. Like they're like riding dog, like halfling riding dogs type things. Mastiffs is the stats, so just large trained dogs.
Nova will politely bow her head toward Lupin and go, "Nice to meet you, Alpha. My name is Nova Moon Spirit Shimmer Squirrel, reporting for duty. You have my bow."
Will your dogs be accompanying us?
I will be accompanying you as support. But this is largely, you are getting paid for this quite well. This will be largely your task, but my pack will accompany you for backup.
I have no use for gold. I will do it to maintain the safety of the world.
I put my hand up. I'll take his gold. Researching and learning new spells is not cheap. So if you don't want the gold, I'll take it.
I
That would
do
be
have
up
a use for gold.
Lady, that would be up to Whiskerson how he wants to handle that. The druids provided some of it, but the church is handling the payment.
Well, Lady Vera's already allocated in the books to be for the party. So if one person's not getting some, then it can be divided amongst the others. I would say is fair.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair.
Nova nods her head.
Well, I see a metallic friend. I do not smell him yet. He is still running late, but we will start this briefing. Oh, okay. Yes, you're right. So, like, inside this cave, and Tracy can test you from the first-hand knowledge, was found an entire legion, several thousand strong, of soldiers, all turned to stone. One of these soldiers seemed to be up near the front of the cave, had a scroll at his feet of, in some ways similar to this, as he throws a scroll out on the table, of greater restoration. Although we think the scroll was perhaps slightly different than used there. And he was freed from the stone prison. He had his reports were chaotic, being just freed from stone. But he reported that he was here to free the army, and he had battled a Medusa, the remains of which were found about few yards off, killed apparently just before he was turned to stone. He has absolutely zero knowledge of the current political climate. Land masses that have not been seen in the time in our records in the records of the druids. He talks about this Eladrin, Summer Eladrin, to be exact, has been in this cave for at least several thousand years.
So what? Are we keeping him in dark?
He is Lady Vera has sentenced him to a little bit of a prison, since he was quite agitated when he refused to free the army. I believe the bald spot on her fur is still growing back.
Whiskerson would chuckle and then try to shut up.
If you wish, he is in an insane asylum across town. You might put out, and people claim he thinks his rantings are quite mad, but the people in this room know them to be truth. Beyond that, we know little about what has little beyond this legend of stone warriors.
Are you personally of the opinion that these warriors should be revived or destroyed? Do they pose a threat to the nations?
I do not believe they should be destroyed. But we have to know more about them before releasing that many creatures. This Alpha is saying this. Before releasing that many creatures from a time that history has almost forgotten upon this world.
May we interrogate the revived one?
Yes, you may go to Belrev and speak with him if you wish.
Have you caught any of the ramblings and made sense of anything? Did he speak about any organizations or friends or allies, I suppose?
He talks about the great empire. Seems to be mostly of elves and Eladrin. Then they seem to be, and some of the seems to be little knowledge of this area being inhabited by other people other than a few dwarves, centaurs, and elves. It sounds like humanity didn't even exist very much a remnant on this part of the continent at that time. Oh, do I see Entraptor? Do I see our Artificer here? Can you hear us? Are you not in chat yet? No, he's not in chat yet, but I see him moving it seems to be moving stuff.
Yeah, I had to fumble for unmute. And right now I'd be Rayla.
Okay, let's get your thing. You would get Oh yeah, Entraptor is yeah, that's the name you have, but yeah, that is your other person entirely.
Entrapta is an entire another character. Right now I'm Rayla, which is my new artificer.
Okay, so there would be a knock on the door, and you would be able to you would know what room you were supposed to head to when you arrived. You were doing something in the back of the church.
Okay. Yeah, I will try to show up, I guess.
There's a knock on the door. Alpha would raise his hand and go and answer the door. It's like, I thought I smelt it. I thought I smelt you coming. Can I enter? I hope you got what you needed taken care of.
For the most part.
We can up here this outside of things for a little bit, but let's say you were actually kind of think you're talking about something from the future trying to stop you. Let's say something about that is why you were late.
Okay, it sounds kind of Kampachi to me, but okay, fair enough.
But we can up here some of that later if you want.
For sure, for sure.
It's like, I would like to meet you, the last member of your group.
Raylo would wave at everyone like that, kind of like, what do you call that? That like, Princess Diana wave where it's just like...
The royal wave?
Like hand. Yeah, just the hand.
As you enter, do a perception check with advantage. Everyone else can roll again, too, if they want.
Perception?
Yeah, he gets advantage, everyone else.
My oh my.
Those were way better, for the most part, than last time. Oops.
Okay, Zenith, something, Todd, do you want to roll perception with advantage? Okay, there you go, 22. You would, catch it, but Zenith, something accidentally bumps your leg. Rayla would see underneath the table, there is a little girl hiding.
Excuse me, miss.
As you look down, there is a platinum blonde hair little girl with purple eyes hiding underneath the table.
If you're going to be in a room for confidential information, you should probably show yourself or you might get in trouble.
As soon as Rayla sees Sasha, like all these like rainbow-hued numbers go over her faceplate, and then like she like mumbers something about main like prime directive located.
It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bump you. I just really didn't want to be in meditation. It's so boring.
Well, how
What?
much of this did you hear?
Alpha would speak up. Sasha has been hiding in here since before you came.
Then get up and we'll continue with the briefing.
I smelt her. I smelt her as soon as I entered the room. I'm sorry.
That
You
is
knew I was in here.
Nova,
strange thing to be proud of.
Nova will look at Sasha and kind of like, because, I don't know, she would just like see a little girl and kind of get like a smile on her face and like motion her to come sit by her. You want to come sit by me or?
Just don't let the big nun see me. I don't want to go back to meditation.
Oh no, I get it. I'm not one for meditating either. I'm one for going out there and just hitting things really hard.
It's like,
Hitting things hard only goes so far. Sometimes you need a little finesse.
You're short like me, and but also very pretty. What's your name?
My name is Nova M. Shimmer Swirl.
Can I just call you Squirrel or Nova?
Nova's fine, thank you.
Glennon looks over and gives a little wave to Sasha since the last time he saw her. I can't remember if it was the sewers or the Medusa game, but they know each other.
Yeah, the sewers. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, I remember you.
Mm-hmm. His Theodore, and Theodore crawls over and kind of begs for some scritches.
That was my last event. That's why I got the knife. Although it was scary things in the sewers.
It's true.
Nova will look at Sasha and go, "You have a knife?"
Yes, look what it does! And she swings it, and cheese goes flying on the table.
Mhm.
Nova looks like, oh. Nova pulls out her dagger and says to Sasha with a smile on her face, like very innocent, "I killed someone and took his dagger. Now it's mine."
You're not gonna kill me and take my dagger, are you?
No, 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 no. I like you. I didn't like him. I had no reason not to like you. Nova will give like a very affectionate thumbs up and a wink.
Zenith will lean down and
She gives you a big hug and sits down next to you. So you
Nova
guys
was
go free. You guys gonna go look at the stone people?
Nova nods her head. Mm-hmm.
Mommy says I can't go on this adventure.
Maybe one day Mommy will let you.
She lets me go on some adventures, just not this one.
I totally get it. Nova's like nodding her head like this is like her new best friend. Just, I totally get it. When I was, how old are you?
I'm 9 3/4.
Awesome. I can't remember what I was like when I was 9. I was nowhere near as adorable as you. I mean, I'm not adorable. I'm an adult. I'm a soldier. And she'll just like straighten her back.
I'm magical.
Magical. That's amazing. I don't cast not much magic. Yeah, not much. I have a bow and arrow though.
That's cool. It's probably better accuracy than my sling. Although I don't use the sling very much anymore.
Oh, well, maybe one day when you get bigger, you can use big bows. I have to use this really short one because I'm not going to get any taller. I've been praying. It never worked.
Why? The Lupin would go, I'm sorry. Why, well, if you wish to hide from meditation, you are welcome to stay, little one. But, we should get back to the briefing.
I object.
You object?
The briefing is of confidential nature. It is no place for a little girl. And she looks at Sasha very astutely. You should be in your classes.
Kill you. This little girl could probably kill you with one of her spells.
I don't want, like, I'm not, we don't have a lot of control yet.
Exactly. could kill everybody in this room. You don't know. It'd be a surprise.
Nova hugs Sasha even tighter hearing that.
I believe it is very strange that you would let a young girl like this go on such an important quest. Surely she is not of age.
She's not going. She's just hiding.
And you trust her in this meeting?
She is a part of the church. She and we've had run-ins in the past here.
How curious. I withdraw my objection.
But if you wish to leave, perhaps the pack can help you stay out of meditation.
I think she's fine. We didn't know she was here before, so.
Just down next to her new best friend. It's like, so where were we? For the our latecomer, there is a cave out in the wilderness, full of several thousand stone soldiers. They have been there for several thousand years. The church's position that they should not be awoken yet, and this has caused anger issues for the one person who was awoken. He is currently in an insane asylum across town. If you wish to interrogate him with more information, or myself or Tracy can lead the adventurers who are going to the cave. We need to see what is going on before we determine what to do with this legion of warriors.
I would like to get as much information as I can off of this man.
I am of the same opinion.
Glennon, would you be willing to assist me?
Sure.
Wonderful.
Question. What do we know what languages that he was speaking? Was he speaking in the common tongue, or is he speaking in an older form of language? Since you said he's from a bygone era.
It was common. Some of the colloquialisms would be unusual.
So it's kind of like Old English in a way. Like we could understand it, but some stuff would just be odd. Okay. Cool. Okay.
From what we had learned of him, he appears to be a warlock to a being called the Phoenix.
Good to know. Good to know.
That's how he used an Eldritch Blast, very weak-powered Eldritch Blast, on the headmistress of this church. She was did not appreciate that, as you can imagine.
If he can use Eldritch magic, then he is somebody to be very cautious about during our interrogation.
Yeah, I've got it.
Finding his character sheet. Oh, because I haven't played him yet, he's in the back. These are the characters I've made that I have not played yet.
Nova sits there. She's like holding Sasha's hand, and she's looking back and forth. And she throws in her opinion and says, "I'm not much for talking, but tell me where to shoot, and I will shoot precisely. But I do agree information would help, because it's better to be safe than not."
It's better to be safe than dead. That's what I've always been told.
Yeah, I was trying not to use such... Well, yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, better to be safe than dead. I'm not ready to die yet. I have tons of dragons I gotta kill. By the way, Alpha, quick question.
Yes, Miss Swirl?
I was wondering, I've heard stories about a centaur named Sajetta. Can you tell me where I can find him? I want to slay dragons.
I have had encounters with him. He hails from a town north of here called Holland's Rest. We actually had a tangle in our first meeting. He was about to shoot an owl bear that I was protecting.
Ah.
He would before we ended up killing each other, we were able to talk things out like civilized animals. Like civilized animals.
Well, thank you. I know I'm new to the guild and everything, and I clearly have a lot to learn, but I wanted to meet Sajetta and let him know that, hey, I'm here, and I want to slay dragons too.
He has a shop up there. Although either there or the guild hall, you will find him. I believe he is currently something about climbing a mountain and finding a cyclops.
Ah, so he's a very strong and busy man. We
are acquaintances. I would not I do not know him well yet, but we have an arrangement. He has a lot going on, apparently up north. But I trust he is not going to shoot my friend, so I was able to leave and start adventuring again.
Mm-hmm. Fascinating.
So, if you wish to go to Bel Rev and speak with the inmate, his name is Prometheus. We can take you there, although they do not like my pack inside.
Well, I would imagine that it's best that we go in a smaller group if it's an asylum. Or perhaps we should all go? And Tracy kind of looks at everyone at the tables.
It's like,
To keep it
and
just
a
to me
staying
and
asylum
Glennon.
is no place for a little girl who should be in meditation. But perhaps I can sneak you out of here. But yes, he will mark someplace in the city for let's place. Let's place Bel Rev. Okay, most of his stuff is up here. Let's put Bel Rev over here by the gate, the north gate here.
I don't think we can quite see that.
Oh, yeah.
Or the east gate or the north gate? Okay, got it.
It is place funded by many of the church for the insane and those who are a danger to themselves and others. The other government also seems to apply that, but you will find many unusual people in there. Don't believe most of what they have to say. They are in an insane asylum for a reason, but this Prometheus is in there because because what he spouts seems like nonsense, and he pissed off Lady Vera.
Hmm.
I should easily have a handle on this as long as I get a little bit of assistance.
Nova nods her head and says, "Yes, we all can because we're all being paid for a job. All of us."
I was like, it's like, hi. Sasha was all up, but I like, hi. What are you? You like made of metal, but like all pretty and like colorful.
Nova will look also and get an excited look, but shake her head and like try to look away.
Rayla will look at Sasha and be like, I am a Peace Forged. Nice to meet you, Prime Directive.
Prime Direct. My name is Sasha. My name is Sasha, not Prime Directive, but nice to meet you. Is that a unicorn?
Nova,
Well, yes, but actually no. But sure.
Nova will look over when she hears Prime Directive at Sasha and go, "It means you're important," and then look away.
I've never really been important until I helped with the first mission that when the church was had hostilities with the druid. No offense, none taken. He would say, the church and the village of Knock have gotten past our former hostilities.
Rayla will say something along the lines of, noted that Prime Directive prefers Sasha.
Is there anyone else in there I can talk to? Someone that's a little more gonna be like fun, that's gonna like maybe like prank Vera. You didn't hear that whiskers in?
La 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 la.
Vera won't let me summon a unicorn again. I got grounded for that.
You could totally ride the unicorn. It's fun.
Yay! Let me. I can go with you. No.
Nova kind of starts to like shake her like right foot impatiently because she wants to ride the unicorn but doesn't want to say it out loud.
I don't think it. Wait, what size are you?
I am 3'2".
Oh yeah, then you could totally ride the unicorn. You have to be below medium size for that. For now.
Got it.
Alright, come on, Sasha. We should get you let's get you outside of the church before the nun comes back looking for you. If you I shall meet you outside the gate over, let's see, this gate probably? No. It would probably be this gate heading north. I'll meet you outside of town on that gate when you're ready to head into the woods.
Nova will salute Alpha.
I'll get your formalities done and we'll be off, Senna says as he trounces out.
I would follow, and then she'd mutter, "It's amazing how this area is so lax in their disciplines."
Nova will say bye to Sasha and then follow behind Tracy.
Like,
Glenn,
come back alive, and we can have a tea party and have fun. In a couple of months it'll be my birthday. Do you want to come to my birthday?
Nova's eyes widen and she gets kind of like only down to like Sasha's level and whispers, "I gotta keep up images, but I would love to have a tea party. And I would love to be at your birthday. Now I have to go back to being an adult now, so I'm gonna walk away really cool, okay?
Okay.
You have a good day, Sasha. I will return. Bye."
Before Glennon leaves, he's gonna walk over to Sasha, kneel down, and be like, "I heard it's your birthday coming up, so here's this." And he digs around in his back for a minute, and he pulls out not a very big, but about an 1/8-inch spool of Fey spider silk. Says, "Here, you can use this for whatever you want." Give her that, and then I'll snap Theodore away, so he's gone for a little while, and then like, give Lupin a nod and walk out.
I'm not at 3/4. It's still a little bit away, but thank you. I was like, and you well, make sure you get an invitation. Mommy's still planning it.
Sounds good to me. And then he just walks out to the rest of the group.
You guys are outside. You guys know approximately where Bell Rev is. It's not too far away from the Church of Nula. Though the main road, you probably have to kind of go around a little bit. I am going to put Lupin outside. I'm going to grab them and put them outside here, waiting. Sasha is back at the temple. Friskerson's back at the temple. You guys are on your way to Belrev. Oh, and that scroll that was left on the table. Now Lupin will give it to you later. Here we will get one scroll of greater restoration. So it's in your guys' hands. How are you doing as you're heading towards the insane asylum?
Nova's gonna walk like close, like behind Tracy, like I said, but she's also kind of like keeping a side eye on the unicorn, but trying not to be obvious about it.
Zenith is walking ahead, humming to himself, probably singing at some points, and then back to humming.
Tracy's following Zenith, pretty much quiet.
When Sasha leaves, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're fine, go ahead.
When Sasha leaves, Rayla looks mighty concerned and like like rainbow spark starts coming out of her head, and then mentions something along the lines of secondary directive reassumed.
And then we'll just kind of walk, keeping an open eye out, and then just polishing my longbow up a little bit as I walk and making sure the string's not broken, and just doing some very, very light equipment maintenance as we walk. Do I have a knife?
I assume we make it successfully to the asylum.
I would assume so.
Eric?
Oh, sorry, I was muted for the last little bit. Yeah, the place has high walls and is gated, but there's a large gate that says Bell Rev on it. I'm not sure what the last thing you heard was.
No, I think that's a
Yeah, that was probably it.
good way to introduce us. What was his name again?
Who hid?
Prometheus.
Oh yeah,
Prometheus.
Prometheus was the warlock.
All right.
Shall we go talk to him?
I think we shall.
You got some kind of credentials from the church or something that'll let you in to Bell Rev without doing questions.
Okay.
And without chips getting caught in your throat.
You okay, dude?
Yeah, just chips getting caught in my throat. It's like, no, you wish to see one of our inmates. Oh, Prometheus, yes, the Eladrin that believes he is from the past.
It is
Time
no
travel.
lie, he is from the past.
And if you would please not introduce us, just let us in.
She looks at you. Do we need to admit your friend here because time travel is not possible?
Really? Do you truly believe that?
Nova will.
Rayla,
Okay, then go ahead, Rayla.
sorry.
No, you first.
Rayla just starts crackling up laughing at the comment of time travel not being possible.
I figured you'd have some kind of comment.
Nova will walk over in front of like beside Zenith and like look at the person who sold us and go, "We're just here to see somebody. Can you let us in?" Or no.
You have credentials from the church. You can come in.
Thank you. Was that so hard? She looks at Zenith and like pokes his thigh.
It's like this way to towards the Prometheus' cell. We will have to pass through the common room. Do not try to not encourage the other inmates.
All right, I won't be me for a couple seconds.
Nova looks over and goes, "I know it's probably hard, but I think you can manage it, tough guy." And she'll like walk in front of you with her hands like clasped behind her back, just like walking ahead.
Hey, don't you dare blow our cover, he says as he, catches up.
You talk a lot about blowing for an air Nazi. I'd be worried about you blowing anything, not me.
So as you guys enter, cross through one room. The one that goes, the forest, the trees, they're coming, and he looks very scared of Tilly. It's like, I told you, the forest is attacking. It marches on us. Like an army in early winter, and some of the orderlies try to calm him down. Another one goes up to Nova. It's like, are we getting conjugal visits today?
What?
I enjoy bunnies.
I am not a bunny.
Just keep moving, tough guy.
Nova will look and see it and just like fast walk past him in frustration.
Hoppity hoppity.
I'm gonna-
Hoppity.
Glennon's gonna walk over to that inmate and kind of give the just lean over the shoulder and whisper in their ear, looking right past them, but whispering in Infernal. There's a demon in the corner, and pointing over to just a random corner on the opposite side of the room, and then just keep walking with the rest of the group.
The one that thought that was approached Nova.
Uh-huh.
The demon, Lord Demon. It's like your servant is ready.
Wait, are we in the hallway or in the cell?
You're making your way towards the cell. One of the other guys is he's like, I really shouldn't be in here. They put me in here because they say I'm nuts. There's nothing wrong with being nuts. I tell them I'm a walnut polymorphed into a human. Then he whispers, what they really don't know is I'm a peanut. Polymorphed into a walnut and then polymorphed into a human.
Keep walking. These
Don't
people
tell them.
are not who we're here for.
Glennon, keep up, please.
Nova is in like an unspoken contest with Zenith trying to like walk in the front.
Eventually, you make your way past the crazies to some cells in the back, and it's like, here is the inmate. Like, we have to keep him restrained because we can't contain his in his room because we can't contain his magic. We not entirely sure where it's coming from. But we have made sure the entire room is fireproof, even and all the furniture. Even then, he managed to burn one of the pillows.
Yeah, magic works.
Understood.
Now, when you're ready to come get out of the secure wing, we will let you back into the upper wing. I believe your friend who has talked to the demon is still looking for you.
Okay. I will look in the direction that he's at. How far away are we from them?
He is in a small cell.
Okay.
He seems to be sitting in the corner.
I'm gonna kind of bow off to the side a little bit, pull out a little copper wire, and whisper and cast my message cantrip to this guy. And I'm gonna whisper in Infernal again, just some gibberish to him.
If you can't speak proper English, what are you doing here?
I can speak many languages, not just common.
He says again in an elf, if you can't speak proper common, what are you doing here?
I respond in Elvish. I can speak many, many different languages.
Are we gonna do this all day?
Wait, is this Prometheus already?
Yes.
Oh,
What?
if we're in
I thought we were-
Prometheus?
If we are already there, then I'm changing tactics. I didn't think we were there yet.
Yeah.
Oh no, they brought you to his cell.
Okay. Well, Tracy would. Well, are we in initiative, or I think we all have actions that we want to do at this point.
If you want to do initiative, sure. Well, I can delete Roxa and a bunch of these people. Okay.
Right.
I guess.
Is
Oh, I
Zenith
don't know
kind
why that
of
went
going in
twice.
first, or I don't know how we're
Zenith would be trying his best to go in first, but it looks like there's a certain someone who doesn't want me to.
I mean, I could take my lower roll, but I'm still get there before you. I guess you just gotta keep up.
Do I need to add a turn for anyone, or you guys all have?
That's fine. That's fine. That infernal message was to that guy I talked to about the demon earlier too, just to clarify,
Oh,
not to
That
Prometheus.
was with him. Okay.
Yeah, it was to Prometheus. It wasn't to Prometheus. It was to the guy who I whispered about the demon to earlier.
Okay.
So.
Like freaking
Yeah.
out at the level.
Oh, no. I was messaging that same dude again, just because I thought it was funny.
The order of these aren't gonna like you.
That's fine. They don't need to like me. I just need to get the information, then we can leave. That's all. Being liked is not part of the job.
Okay, Prometheus has 20. Descending. Okay, so he's just gonna sit there because his cell is currently closed, and but they did unlock it. So who is going in first? I guess it would be Nova would be up the first one up to have a chance to.
All right. Nova, realizing that she's in first, is kind of like laughing to herself, but also there's a job in hand. So she's going to walk in and be polite at first. Are you Prometheus?
His eyes are up, and she look you up how attractively you are and dressed. It's like, must have done something right to be Prometheus.
What are you talking about?
To have such a beautiful young lady looking for me.
Yeah. Okay. I'm here for a job. Not that kind of job. No. She'll just like wag a finger at him. No. And she'll just like walk there and like find a corner and just sit down and wait till people come in with like her bow with her bow in her lap. And just like get quiet because she just doesn't like these kinds of comments. She wants to be taken seriously.
Oh, sorry, young lady. What kind of job can the resident crazy do for you?
I'm not a talker. The talker will be inside in a minute.
Tracy, you say more?
Now,
Tracy, would be you'd be able to move next.
So Tracy would enter the room and kind of step over, knowing that Zenith kind of wants to address them. However, her eyes would begin to glow, and she kind of still has her guandao since no one took away the spear, and kind of clacks it onto the floor, and she says, "Ilor Aftho," and she casts Zone of Truth, and then steps aside.
What kind of save does he make?
For her, it's a spell save of 13.
Charisma.
Charisma? Okay.
No. Well, it was worth a shot.
It's like more Fey women coming in. Are we in? Or what? Is the Fey? Is there perhaps part of the old order still around? This is a Ladrin. You would recognize that. It's like they're like elves, but they are more connected to the Fey wild than elves are.
Yeah, I say nothing in response to him. I want to just leave it to my compatriot.
Zenith.
Hold on. I'm assuming that The room is smaller than 30 feet across.
Oh yeah. It's like a prison cell, being small.
So Zenith walks in and gives this shocked look and gets up real close to him and then just whispers to him, I'm absolutely not part of the Empire, and I'm not here to get you out.
Oh no. I'm sorry. So that's
And then he
hilarious.
realizes what he says and just glares at you. Fine, you deal with this and leave the room.
Nova's gonna give him a side eye as he walks out. What about your heroics, handsome? Wait, guy. God.
No, I could actually call him. It's like, I appeal your zone of truth spell seems to have affected your allies more than me.
Is anyone else coming in the room?
Yeah, I'll come through.
Not anymore.
Is it a charm spell?
It's an
Or is it
enchantment.
just a enchantment? Alright, well, let's see what I get. 11.
That's a fail.
Alright. Well, I guess I failed the Zone of Truth. It's alright, I'm not a natural born liar anyway, for this guy.
So tell me, young, so the air genasies are more your type than the fire fae.
I didn't realize I was supposed to roll a Christmas save. Can I roll it right now?
What do you think of me?
Can I roll my Christmas save? Or is that window
Yeah,
cast?
if you want to try saving the.
My save is 13, my DC.
I had to roll average.
Were they asking me what I was thinking?
No, Nova slipped of the tongue.
Okay.
Called. He was asking Nova,
Gotcha.
what pretty fae.
Gotcha.
Okay, so a 15 save, so I can. I
You
don't
can
have
lie.
to. Okay, I can lie. I'm just making sure. She'll shake her head, realizing that she talked out loud, and say, "How about this? I'll see your question with a question. Do you know why we're here?"
No, I do not.
She'll look at Tracy. I mean, I would assume that you're in charge. Why don't you explain it to him? I just shoot things.
Elor ath tho! And she clacks her spear on the ground again.
I guess again. Alright. Here's another save. Hey, I saved this time.
It's like, all right, you got me with your zone of truth this time. This one was a little more potent.
Yes, old guard.
Wasn't intending to lie.
Well, now I am certain. She's gonna step over in front of the guy in the chair. What age do you come from?
I come from the age of the great empire, when all these lands were ruled by the elves and the Aladdin. When the spires of crystal rose above the seas, and our airships traded with southern kingdoms.
I look over at anyone else if anyone's wanting to ask him anything, or should I keep going?
I'm not gonna stop you.
Nova's just listening.
Mm-hmm.
What was the goal of the Empire? Expansion? To conquer?
Do I not? If I understood the rules here, I get a question. I get to ask the pretty one a question next
What
before I have
rules?
to answer.
What rules do you speak of?
Wasn't that the deal we made?
I made no deal with you, old one.
Can I at least know your name?
You may not.
I wasn't actually referring to you. Um,
Mm.
I've known a few tree folk, but they tend to not like someone so connected with fire. They burn easily.
Yes.
At this moment, I make a firebolt appear in my hand. Not to like throw it, but just to show that I'm also an elf who can also make fire. And
Are
then
you
I
trying
make it
to
disappear.
Are you trying to at
Establishes
all
street cred.
intimidate me or no?
Establishes
No.
street cred.
Okay.
No, it was it was street cred establishment. There was no intimidation. I was just like, and then putting it away.
The firebolt in your hand lifts up, becoming a little phoenix-like bird. As it flies over towards Nova, kind of then sprouts into a flower.
I say in Elvish. Impressive.
Nova's still saying nothing. She's just crossing her arms and just staring from the corner of the room she's in.
Zenith walks back in. Whatever, I don't care. I'm not from the Empire.
I do
I
not
just-
know what I have done to offend you, other than call you pretty.
I'm not much of a talker. I'm more of a person of action. We're here to do a job and we need your help. And she points to Tracy. She's in charge. I just sit here and do my job.
How can I help you?
We need to know what your intentions are. Though I gather after being imprisoned for so long, you're nothing but hormones.
I am still a gentleman.
What was your relationship to the Empire? Were you a soldier?
I was a soldier, a battle mage of the Phoenix Order. The Phoenix seems to be sleeping now, and my powers are diminished, but I can still feel his presence.
Do I, as a researching sage, do I know anything about the Phoenix through like my studies of magic and just general studiousness?
You can do a Arcana check. It's a warlock path that I found, a homebrew content I found.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
knows.
I can link you the warlock path, but it's like it's
Okay.
a sub patron like instead of Fey or old great old one, things like that.
Gotcha. Well, I rolled a 19, so.
You haven't heard of any recently, but you have heard of this as a very rare path that that was used in the old days that has died out.
Gotcha.
Probably a couple thousand. I mean, it's still continued on for a while, but I mean, it only died out a couple thousand years ago.
Okay.
Maybe a couple
Cool.
hundred years ago. So I mean, it's not. It hasn't died out. It did continue on.
Okay. That works.
I look over. Can I tell if people are like uncomfortable with the zone of truth?
I mean, I think you can tell there's at least one person uncomfortable with the zone of truth.
The Empire, the Empire's goals were to control their area of place and grow in power and finances, and like any empire, kind of just establish I believe there is a group called Neria. Now that runs the place. I imagine their goal is simple: control their lands, prosper and wealth grow. At the time when I left the world, it was their goals were to win the war.
Do you realize that the war is over?
Yes, and considering that you're not all dead, I imagine we won.
Nova's nodding her head in the corner.
Well, listen, we can't be responsible for genocide, so we can't exactly let you follow your desired path.
He starts laughing. You think we were the ones wanting genocide?
It doesn't matter now.
Can I roll a history check to see how much Tracy even knows of any of this stuff?
Sure.
I'll roll 2, but I'm not going to roll very well, probably, so.
Tracy's not even from the material plane, so she's very unaware of all this. She'd probably look over to Glennon, who kind of seems to be the most knowledgeable based off her impressions, and just kind of gives him a quizzical look and trying to see what he's reacting to all this.
I rolled a 12 with a +7, so you know.
You're
So,
all studied up.
Right, I haven't studied this in a while.
Long
So,
ago that you don't know about this war.
yeah. So the Terracotta men. Tell me more about them, please.
They're known as the Lost Legion. They were a legion of men, full legion we sent against 3 sisters, the 3 Gorgons that had taken over the site of the the site of the 3 sisters. As they pushed their front lines closer and closer to the Fey Wilds, which to the east. We were starting to hold our own in the war. We had got some information that the Gorgons were abandoning the site, or the Gorgons were. He was trying to say we got some information that many of the Gorgons that lived there had left, and that the site was weak. I tried to convince my commanders that a stealth operation could get in, and we could free the captured legion from their command, and we could win the war if the legion was free. They thought the plan was too risky. I managed to steal a scroll, a very powerful scroll of greater restoration and a ring of invisibility. I wasn't able. The goggles that protected me from the Gorgon's gaze I was not able to acquire them. But I still figured I could get in there and free one of the priests, and then continue to free the army.
So tell me then, is this lost army of the Terracotta, is that even from the Empire, or is it from before?
It is from the early days in the Empire, when they first took over the ancient site.
Nova at this point is leaning forward, listening attentively. Prometheus.
Yes, beautiful.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
time.
Does that make you uncomfortable? What is a name they may call you?
Just Nova's fine. Thank you. I was
You
just
should
going
not
to
give
ask.
him your name. The more he knows of us, the more power he'll have.
Nova will
No.
look down. Prometheus, just a question. What position did you hold in the army that day, and what was the last thing you remember before everything happened? She'll just like wave her hands in the air.
I was a lieutenant commander. I commanded a small regiment of battle mages, but on this particular mission. I had to go with just a few trusted men. They didn't make it to the cave. I made it inside with the ring of invisibility, and was trying to make my way down to find someone with a marking of a priest that would be able to. The spell scroll wasn't powered, so it should have affected multiple people. But at least I needed to hit someone, use it on someone that still would have the ability to cast the spell again. I ran into one of the daughters of the. I ran into a young Gorgon, and we fought. Just as my body was starting to turn to stone, I blasted the Gorgon with a powerful scorching ray. And then her flaming body was the last thing I saw until my eyes became stone.
What of the Gorgons? You said they were going to attack the Feywild.
They've been attacking the Feywild for 100 years.
Nova sits there scratching her head and goes, "How long do Gorgons live for? Do you think we have to worry about those?"
I believe Gorgons. I would have to look that up. They have a very long lifespan, but depending on how long we have been out, same Gorgons may not be around.
I mean, they're not all bad. We did just free one not too long ago.
You have found good Gorgons. The world has changed.
Medusa, yes.
Nova will lean back, in I presume a chair, or just at least a corner, and look at Glennon with a look of like she's impressed, and go,
I mean, I suppressed her curse for a couple of hours so she could walk among the people and be looked at and not turn everybody to stone. They're very misunderstood creatures, Gorgons.
Tracy looks at you very skeptically.
Well, when they're trying to destroy your home, and attack you, they aren't quite so misunderstood.
What do you think will occur if we were to revive another one of your stone army?
Another confused, unfortunate soul who has trapped out of time in a world where everyone they've ever known and ever loved has been dead and turned to dust for long ago.
Rayla pops off with #relatable.
Zenith will probably
Do you know
give
the
Rayla
volcanic
a
island
glance.
I come from off the coast? Doesn't even appear on your maps anymore.
I'm not a cartographer, so I wouldn't know.
Zenith will get up and walk over to Rayla and just say, "Who taught you thieves can't?" Just very quietly.
Wait, do you say that in Thieves Camp?
I might. Yeah, probably.
I don't know Thieves Camp.
What does it sound like to those of us who don't know what Thieves' Cant sounds like, Zenith? Like, what are you saying in Thieves' Cant for the rest of us to hear?
I thought Thieves' Cant was my mic was up. I thought Thieves' Cant was like a sign language.
Nope.
It's-
It's like a
It
written
can be, I
language
guess.
symbol. It could be, but it can also be symbology, like Kobo symbols, as well as like verbal inferences to things that mean
Same.
something else.
Also,
Basically-
kind of like Austin Powers when he's talking to his dad, and they're just rambling on about weird stuff, but the subtitles are like completely different.
That's Cockney. Yeah, it's similar, but yeah.
Basically, he says like like two sentences that mean absolutely nothing to, like they make sense, but they mean absolutely nothing to the conversation and the situation at hand.
Nova will give Zenith like a glance and go, Zenith, we're doing a job. What are you talking about? Pay attention.
All right, Prometheus. We need to get into the cave where the Terracotta soldiers are. Is there anything else you can tell us about them? Are they dangerous? Are they non-dangerous? What should we expect when we go down there? And also, do you still have your ring of invisibility?
No, I was I believe that's the with the Gorgon.
All right. But what should we expect when we get down there?
I wasn't able to make it very far in, but there, once you get in there's the soldiers. 10,000. Oh, I mean, there at least there will be the soldier of the army, at least 1,000 strong. That is the typical size of a legion. And then there is supposedly a site that the that the Gorgons used for their base of operation in their war against the Feywild.
Okay. All right. Well,
Since I have helped you, perhaps you could put in a good word and get me out of this hellhole.
After promising no genocide, he says as he walks out.
Who promised genocide? Were you listening?
Nova shakes her head. Sorry, Prometheus. He's so full of himself. He's so full of hot air. He can't really pay attention.
Before we can do anything to assist you, we will need to investigate the other warriors. We plan to revive one, and we will see how they respond, and if they can verify what you've told us. We shall be back. When she begins
Lady
to move
Vero
towards the door.
was the lady of the church that I first came back to was quite infuriating when my companions have been frozen in that cave for how long and would not even consider freeing them from their curse.
We are under directives from the church, so you must understand, we do not know what you are capable of unleashing in our world. We will either destroy them, or we will be able to see what you...
Can't destroy them. They're living. They were living beings.
We will find out. Until we meet again. And she will...
Don't destroy them. Whatever you do, don't destroy them. They were living beings. They were people, family, and wives and children.
I'll whisper to him. I'll try and remove the curse. Don't worry. I have the ability to at least try.
Nova walks out behind Tracy as well.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Lady Nova.
She'll salute back and just keep walking.
As I go to walk out, I'm gonna look over like, a gift for you, and I just toss 2 firebolts back at him and just walk out the room. Not like to hit him, just kind of like playfully throwing them back in his direction.
control flame, he could catch one of them and.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to hurt him. I was just tossing him a couple firebolts casually over the back of my shoulder. All right. Well,
As you leave the place, it's like the demon lord. He told me the chickens the chicken is alive. The chicken will be our salvation.
I do not stop on my way out.
I knows how to just keep walking straight forward. Don't look at anybody. Keep to yourself. I don't want to be here.
You make it out. It's like, so, see, as I told you, he believes he is from a long. He's quite mad. As the attendant would say.
there seems to be some truth in what he's saying, but you can choose to believe whatever you want.
Well, I appreciate your visit. I hope you have a good day.
All right. Same to you. Bye-bye.
So as we exit, what is our next step? Are we going to go straight over and rendezvous with Lupin?
Yeah, I think we should make our way towards the statue boys.
Fast travel. Boom.
People got the best
All right,
Yeah.
you meet Lupin in the pack out here outside the city, and he will tell you, it's like, oh, I forgot to mention, it's like this scroll. Lady Vera has commissioned one scroll of greater restoration. It is not to be used on anyone other than the party without her permission. We don't know what you encounter down there.
What if it is necessary for our mission to utilize the scroll, but it is not on one of our party? If that is a necessity, I believe we should have that authorization.
Then you have to explain that to Lady Vera.
This is
But this
acceptable.
will keep you safe. Should keep you safe if there are anything else that will prevent you from sharing the fate of those things of what was there. Okay, delete these tokens. Alright, and so they would take you, he would take you, Tracy would remember the path, you all make your way into the forest over here. Up into, where it says, between Holland's Rest and the village of Knot. And you travel through different places. I think I still have. Okay. That is. Ignore this. This is just a stopover point. Here we go.
Whoa.
So Tracy would remember this as the part where they encountered the stag and the cave. You did that flash one down? It's down here, there, and would lead you to the cave. And as you start to go deep into the cave, you encounter where you Tracy remembers you found Prometheus and the. There's still the body of a dead Gorgon, or the skeleton of a dead Gorgon there. And above the Prometheus, or you would remember that just around the corner above the rise, where you can see the first glimpse of the Terracotta army.
So at this point, Glennon's going to grab a piece of leather from his pocket and cast mage armor on himself.
Lupin would say, I'm going to hold back here for now. Oh, sorry. I'm going to remember, work as a team, or work as as stupid. Like, remember, work as a pack, and we feed off each other's strengths and protect and cover each other's weaknesses, and you will survive. And he would give a whole 10-minute speech about working as a team, and everyone gets let's see here. He's level 6. Everyone should get 8 temporary hit points from inspiring
Yay.
inspiring leader.
Inspiring leader. Nice.
It's like, I will stay and watch your back. That you guys do the investigation. I am no scholar, but I will protect those under my watch.
While he's giving that, since that's 10 minutes to cast, right? His speech is 10 minutes.
Yes.
So while he's doing that, I'm gonna set up a comprehend language ritual, since that also only takes 10 minutes. And so for the next hour, I can understand the literal meaning of any spoken language, and anything I can touch, I can read. I just obviously can't respond in whatever language that is if I can't speak it.
So you are literally ignoring the speech while you're doing your own thing.
That's fine. I'll get rid of those 8 temp hit points. That's cool.
You could still probably be able to heal it and understand it.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. So yeah, now I can understand any language for the next for an hour. So
Okay. So as you continue into the cave, you would come to the rise, and before you would see a vast cave, like a huge, like football-sized stadium dome. And from the point of this raised thing, there before you stands like thousands or hundreds of like a full legion of 1,000 warriors.
My. This is an impressive sight.
There really are that many. Nova, just out of sheer habit, has her short bow out and an arrow. She's not like cocking it, but she's just keeping it in case anything out that she's not prepared for.
This is most unsettling.
Well, it
It
would
may
have
not
been
be exactly 1,000.
it would have been 1,000 if Prometheus hadn't shown up. So it was 1,000 soldiers.
So Prometheus wasn't a part of this original thing, but there may be some that accidentally got destroyed. So.
Well, I suppose it should be time to explore.
I don't think we have a map.
Okay, so you guys are, there would be another path that would start to move, that would go down into the midst of all these 1,000 warriors. You guys start moving down. You can start moving down there.
Mm-hmm.
Once I see it, more than like 3 pixels.
This is well, the map that I'm loading is on the other side of the thing. You move through this football-sized stadium, and there is just I mean, you're walking past these perfectly detailed soldiers of just hundreds of these warriors and chariots, and there are elves. There would be some actually it would probably be all elves in Aladdin. and you're moving through it. Just a very creepy. It feel a little bit probably unnerving, creepy. Just you're moving through this silent thing. And on the other side of it, you it seems to be a small tunnel that moves into a great stone door. The
Oh,
door seems to
fabulous.
be slightly cracked, as if something had hit it very hard several times.
Is there
Try-
any wood or earth, or is it all stone and like chiseled?
It
Or
is giant stone door.
Could I use my tinker tools to maybe find a way to like open it?
Sure.
What intelligence?
Let's do wisdom, because you're trying to understand this ancient mechanism. But so wisdom
would
plus
be
skill plus 10.
Intelligence. But okay, I suck at that.
Okay, yeah, I guess I can see that intelligence. Yeah, so I'll let you. If you want to use intelligence for that, I'll let you.
Oh, okay. Give me a sec. Pew, pew, pew. Intelligence. Watch me suck at that too. Oh, never mind. 24.
Yeah, you can manage to find ways so that the door will slide open. The door seemed to have been and the door will start to slide down into the ground and reveal what is beyond. Once I find the reveal tool.
Oh my god. It's a pathway.
If there are no lights going on, Zenith would have a torch out.
There seems to be a faint light coming from this direction.
So we have this big door slid open now.
Yes.
All right.
As you step up, it seems to be what's that reveal? There seems to be strange, large mushrooms. And it seems to have a glow fog kind of going around them that way. And this seems
Rayla pops. Oh. Go ahead.
over here. There's some pillars, and there is the skeletal remains of a large creature. Oh, I think they're large. No, maybe they are medium. I'm 90% sure they're medium, since I put it that way. Size. There's the skeletal remains of a large, technically medium sized, but a large lizard type creature.
My comrade.
And do a perception check. Nova definitely sees it. Zenith probably would too. Glenn would miss it. And the other people coming?
Yeah, sorry. I just want to throw out there that, oh, that's a 10. That's horrible. My Steel Defender actually cannot never be surprised. Just throwing that out there.
My comrades.
11 other people gonna roll? Or are they.
Oh, jeez. Sanctus nailed it. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, and I guess Tracy hasn't come around the corner yet. But there is this thing is on a metal collar and a chain that is tied to this pillar.
My comrades,
Yes, Tracy?
I do not think that I can go in here. There's no sunlight, and I cannot be by the fire of the torch.
Okay, sweet. I'm unmuted. Rayla, I might as well just not /E this. Rayla is gonna like lean down and like mark the ground with chalk, and then she's gonna look over at Trissy. I'm sure is the one saying that, and starts tinkering with like a piece of stone or whatever, and then like hands it over, and it starts to like shine like a bright, like 5 feet of bright light and 10 feet of dim light.
She gratefully takes it, and with her right hand, she passes her spear to her left, and then on with her right. Her fingers elongate into almost like roots, changing from their kind of human form to more like a wiry root, wrapping around the stone and holds it aloft, just light enough, and then she timidly steps through the doorway.
While you were making that, Lupin would have said, like, unfortunately, I use produce flame for light. I can't make you something, but then he makes you that.
This is sufficient.
Rayla says that
My thank you, Warforged.
Peace Torch, you're very welcome. And she pops off with the fact that she sees in Technicolor.
So Nova sees, we're like Glenn and Zenith and I see the lizard, right?
You all see the lizard, but
Okay.
unless you Zenith, you and Rayla are the only ones who notice that there is a collar and a chain around the skeleton.
I rolled a nat 20 though, so I noticed that too.
Yeah, that's I included you
Okay.
in that.
Oh, I'm Nova, not Rayla.
I said Zenith, Nova, and Rayla. I thought I could be wrong.
Technically, Rayla didn't notice, but Sanctus did.
If you beat that 15, you notice there is a collar around this bone skeleton, and it is tied off to this pillar.
Well, is it kept as a pet?
Nova's gonna ready her arrow. You think there's more of them?
That might be the only one in this section, but I'm worried about what was keeping it there.
Nova nods her head. Something we agree on.
Looks like the other way might be less fortunate for those of you who have to breathe.
Do you mention anything about this?
Yeah, we're saying it loud enough for the whole party.
Yeah.
Can I use Divine Sense to see if I sense anything with my Paladin abilities?
Oh, could I use? Okay, well, I'd have to be closer, I think, to use detect poison and disease.
That's within 60 feet, so any celestial fiend or undead would show up as kind of, it's almost like an echo of like, I guess what would that be, like sonar kind of emits from me, and I would try to sense any celestial fiend or undead.
I think he's muted.
60 feet? No.
Oh. Gotcha.
Should I take a look and relay what's happening, or
I'm gonna
what's
stop
down on
muting
the...
myself. I'm sorry if you hear me eating chips. I'm gonna stop muting myself because as the DM, it's not good to.
Yeah. Should I relay what's happening eastward?
Zenith, you have a torch, right?
I do. Oops,
No.
sorry.
Nova also has dark vision, so if you want her to scout ahead, she could.
I don't want to worry people about breathing in anything. Rayla and this one could probably come with me.
Yeah, I don't need to breathe, and I have dark vision, so.
Well, I don't have dark vision, but I also don't need to breathe, so I guess we're gonna. Is everyone okay with this?
Nova does not want to go that
Can you
way.
give me another water bottle like this in the fridge?
I just want to recon what is over here.
Can I get the
I mean, I can always send Theodore,
Can I have the other
and I
one?
can just sit here and watch through his senses, and then none of us have to go. It's a thing I can do.
Why don't you let Theodore come along and get an extra view?
Okay. I'm just gonna use your Rat King turret, 1, because it's here. So this is Theodore, but he's actually supposed to be really tiny. So I sit down, I cross my legs, and I pop Theodore back into the plane, and then I send him with them, but he's going to crawl up onto the ceiling,
It's ever too tight.
and
you
he's
can do
going
this.
to, I'm gonna have him make a
And then
stealth
it's
check to see how hidden he can be. 12, okay. He's up on the ceiling, kind of keeping an eye
Can you
out.
close the door, Em?
He has dark vision too.
Okay, so he's moving along with them.
Yeah, he's just on the roof.
The mushrooms seem to go here. Some of you guys are familiar with the Underdark. These kind of mushrooms seem to be very. You've gone deep enough that think you're starting to get down deep enough where some of that like Underdark type stuff is starting to come up. But it's usually much more common in the Underdark.
Tracy is not liking this at all.
So none of you guys have to breathe, right? You're saying?
Tracy's coming along?
Oh, I thought we all were.
So Zenith, you don't have to breathe. You have to breathe or not?
Breath of the wind, I don't have to breathe.
Okay.
And hold its breath internally.
Have Theodore. He's still a spider. Have him make a Constitution check.
Well, he's Fey, so he doesn't actually breathe. He's basically a magical creature that doesn't need to breathe. I think, per the spell. Let me see. I just use the spider stat block because it's the only one I could find. Let's see.
Fey, but I think he still has to breathe. It's not like in a vacuum you can't.
Well, okay, so here's what I'll do, because I can basically disappear him at will. If it seems like the poison is starting to get to him, I'll just pop him out of existence, but I'll roll a con save for him to see if I need to pop him out or not. -1. So a 4, yeah, I'm gonna pop him out of existence. I don't need him to die.
It's not poisoning. He's just feeling really, really good. He's kind of relaxed.
Is he moving slower than normal?
Yeah, he's moving slower than normal. It's just like it's like this is really nice. It's like those mushrooms are pretty.
I am going to, I'm gonna still pop him out of existence anyway.
Do you have
So,
any potato chips?
put him over here. Just so he's out of the way. But yeah, I pop him back to the Fey, and I snap out of my little trance. And I will let both Nova and Tracy know that, hey, my Theodore started to get a little faint and felt a little weird and almost paralyzed, I think. So I don't think we should go that way. I think we should go the other way.
Nova nods her head. Do you think it's poison or?
Well, he didn't seem to be taking damage. He seemed to be getting relaxed.
That seems to be in like some other kind of weird, weird mushrooms.
I have a question. Are all of the Terracotta warriors, are they behind us at this point?
Yes, that's the huge army of them is behind you.
Who's got the scroll?
I would assume you do.
I don't have a backpack or anything, so I would have to carry it the whole time. And at this point, both my hands are full. As fun as that would be for me to have the scroll at this point.
I can
mean-
carry it.
Rayla,
Yeah.
remember, Rayla? We're only doing recon. If anything happens, we're out of here.
You are the
I'll
caster,
just
so
put it-
I would trust you with the scroll more than anybody.
Yeah, I put it in my bag, so it's just chilling in my bag.
Lupin would have asked how you opened the door in case in case something happened that he could open it again. That's why he's staying on the other side of the door.
Mm.
I'm running insight on Zenith. I don't know any better.
Oh, you guys moved up there.
Can
This guy's
Oh, geez.
there's a bunch of people have just kind of dead bodies just kind of have laid down and just kind of in a nice, relaxed, peaceful positions. And it's
Oh man, it's Serenity all over again.
I guess I'll try to locate anything on the. First, I'll look at around the room just to make sure there's not anything going to jump out at me.
okay. Do a perception check.
Hmm.
You don't see anything other than there's a lot of this fabric has just kind of disintegrated over time. It's mostly just a skeleton. They would have some.
How about
some
inorganic matter, like coins or weapons?
Yeah, can
some
I
weapons
investigate
have-
for that?
Some of the weapons have rusted, but you would find. No, they weren't very wealthy. You would find 15 gold among them all. The coins kind of have a little bit of rust on them, but I mean, there's still precious metals in there. The weapons are probably not in great shape.
Mhm. Zenith will motion to start heading back. And I think unless you're going to stop us, we're just going to make our way back.
Nope, go ahead.
When Rayla gets back, she'll look at the party and be like, no, all pun intended, it was a dead end.
No. There. See this here. They're kind of that little hash mark there.
Mm-hmm. This?
That is a cave going underneath.
Oh, this? Oh, no. I see.
So that is a cave going underneath there.
Okay, I gotcha.
so you can
So
proceed underneath that as if it's a bridge.
We
type
did
thing?
we did actually see a path underneath here.
You
through here.
you don't know there's anything above it yet.
I don't know there's
Oh.
anything above it, but we forgot to explore this, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that was an actual path. I thought it was a dead end.
That's the case. Should. I think we've explored enough, and Zenith would just. We don't need to go any further. It seems like conclusively this is what this side of the cave is about. And we would relay the information of what was over there and all of that.
So if everybody's returning, Tracy is talking with Glennon and Nova and Rayla about going back to the Terracotta warriors.
Well, I feel like you're in charge here, Tracy, but what if something happens to one of us? What if we encounter a Gorgon down here too? Can that scroll only be used once?
It can, but my point is if we've already found the warriors, but they're back there. If there's any Gorgons or or medusas or anything that can turn one to stone. It's if we're going to keep exploring through here, and I do not feel that is our... We were not requested to do so. Or were we? She looks at everybody.
Nova,
Lupin would say we knew the warriors were here. We were wondering what else is down. Well, who they were.
I feel the best way is to ask one.
well, Tracy, to be fair, if she gets a look on her face, if Prometheus didn't get very far, do you think they did too?
That's why I maybe would need to know how expensive the scroll is. Is it something that we can replicate?
So normally I could replicate it if it was within a school of magic that I could practice, but this falls out of my wheelhouse of learnable magic. It's a very high level spell. Out of game, it's not something wizards can learn, and it's a 5th level spell that I don't have access to for like 4 more levels.
It's a
So-
fairly high level spell, and I think it can be several hundred gold. But
Yeah,
it
it might
is-
be close to 1,000 to replace it or to copy it. But yeah, if it was something I could learn, I could copy it into a spell book, but I can't learn it. So and then it
Nova,
was
100
me
to
like
1,000.
750 gold to copy it. So
Nova looks at Tracy and goes, well, maybe we should just scout ahead a bit, and then if you still feel this way later, we can always come back. But let's find out what's in here first. Better safe than not.
it looks
I-
like the party's already going. We're gonna be left behind again.
I will defer to your lead, however. I feel I do not like this cave.
Nova looks over.
Should I
If it
wait?
helps, I don't like it either, but we have a job to do.
The walls are oppressive. They limit freedom. I understand.
Lupin said, should I wait here or continue at the back of the party?
Nova will default to what Tracy thinks.
Tracy defers to probably Glennon at this point.
I think you should wait, because if for some reason we get trapped in here, we're gonna need someone to help us from the other side to move that door, and it wouldn't make sense. Because you can always go and get more help to get this door open, and if you're stuck in here with us, you can't do that.
Nova points to
can't-
Glennon and goes, yes,
Your,
that.
your fox, and I will keep your fox company, and we will await your safe return.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I forgot about my fox. She's not
Nova,
Take
my
him if you
property.
Want. You haven't brought him and moving him.
Nova reaches out her arms and tries to hug Tracy and tell her it's okay.
She kind of her skin bristles and shifts and is all covered more like with ivy, so it's much more of a plant as you touch her, and she gives you kind of a slight awkward embrace.
It's okay. Nova's awkward too. She's just kind of like patting back, going, there. It's okay. If you feel bad later, we can just leave. But we have a job to do, so let's go. She'll just kind of like awkwardly pull away, and scratch the back of her head.
Alright, let's go, I guess. We'll just start making our way this way.
Lead on.
I'm gonna be over here, actually. Not by that skeleton.
She goes by it because she can sense, or she already sensed that it's not an undead skeleton.
Good.
What exactly is up these terraces?
Can we see up that high? Up here? Maybe it's too high.
8? Oh,
I hustle up after Rayla.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up these stairs too.
I'm pretty sure my vision is only like 10 feet, because if I have 5 feet of bright light, it's an extra 5 of dim, so it's like my space in one square, right? Or is it my space in the next one, and then...
I think it's 5 out is bright light, and then 10 out is dim light.
Okay, so I can see 2 squares in front of me at dim light.
Oh, if I was, this is all cave keeps going up, and
Mhm.
So it rejoins.
Zenith, everybody's going that way. Why are you still standing here?
But each of these is kind of cliff faces, and it's kind of there are no
Yeah.
steps, but you could climb it.
Just keeping my eye out.
Okay, well, you want to keep your eye out going this way?
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
And what's the
Between-
range of the people's dark visions?
60 feet.
60 feet.
10 feet of dim light for me, so I can see 10 feet out.
I
I'm
got 60
following.
feet.
I'm following the rainbow sparks coming out of Rayla's head.
Fair
Zenith
enough.
will lean down and say, "Between you and me, Nova, I gotta say, you are kind of cute."
Nova's going to turn with the arrow pointed into Zenith's face and whisper, "Say that again and see where this arrow goes."
You just hear this big sigh. Can we not do this? Can we just keep going?
Nova will shake her head and just like walk ahead.
I'm just telling the truth.
Oh. Can I? Am I muted? Probably
No.
not.
Not
Not
now.
anymore.
All right. Can I investigate the wagon in front of me?
Yep.
Group investigation 25.
The wagon has would seem to be really good wheels. If it hadn't been here for a really long time, it looks like it was good construction, but it's been here for so long it's been rusted. The wood is starting to rot, and there's many kind of like supplies and things in there. Some more rusted weapons. It smells like rotten food.
Okay, so nothing of use.
Nothing of immediate use. No, you could maybe if you want to try to be creative, you might. No, with chemistry or something like other things like that. No, but most of this stuff has been in this cave for long past its expiration date.
Okay,
Yum.
so Rayla takes like all the rotted stuff and like rubs it against her flesh or metal and goes, if you rub yourself in the beast's dung, it'll take you as one of its own. No, I'm joking. I don't do that. Too much choreograph.
Oh no.
That's reassuring.
We have gotten halfway through our adventure.
Alright.
Oh man, I don't know which way I want to go.
I'm gonna stand here and look down 60 feet and see what I can see down this way. Hey look! It's like a dead end.
Can I investigate the dead end?
Yeah.
I will totally do that. I'm gonna blow out all my good investigations now.
Nova will call out to Glennon. Glennon, there's a set of stairs and a path on the right. Which way do you want to go?
Let's check out the right path first.
Roger
It's
that.
a dead end, but with a natural 20, you know that the wall there is. You can kind of see that the wall in there is not as thick as other places. That with mining tools and other such thing, you probably and enough strength, it seems like you probably could break through there. It'll take some work though.
Give me just a sec. Okay.
Okay.
I don't have strength, and I don't have mining tools, but what I do have is a laser firing crossbow that doesn't need ammo. So can I just start shooting the wall?
It starts to do some damage to it, and you can see that you can test your theory, and there is a passage on the side, but you're poking pinholes in the wall.
All right. I will whistle back to the party. The whistle sounds like a lot like, "Hey, you guys!" Sorry.
I'll just send a message rather than walking all that way, since I think I can shoot a message through stuff.
Yeah, as
I
long as you
cantrips.
know approximately the location.
Let's see. More than 1 foot of stone blocks the spell, so it wouldn't be able to get through there. So I'll just walk over here, ask him, "What's up?"
She's gonna point at the light now showing through the
Oh, there's
holes
not
in the
light
wall.
coming through there. It's dark
Oh,
on the
there's-
side, but
She's gonna point at the wall and say that this wall seems flimsy and like there might be stuff behind it.
I mean, there might also be another tunnel. There's the direction over here. It might loop around. We can check that, or we can try and blow a hole through this wall.
I mean, yeah, we could do that.
I'm
that
not a
sounds
strong
fun.
person, so I'm not gonna be able to blast through a wall.
Why don't we just walk around? There's someone in here. I think it'll hear us.
That's true. There might be a way around. I don't know. But I'd
We
rather
can
not
just-
break the group up into 3 different directions. But you know, we can do what we need to do.
Why don't you just call her back so we can go in one uniform fashion instead of scattering like crazy?
Okay.
I can do it. I can do it better than he can.
Okay, good. I was just over there.
Rayla, I don't think this is a amazing course of action. I appreciate your tenacity to get through that wall, but there is more to explore, and I'm sure we could come back to this if necessary.
She looks back and seems unamused, but decides that there's no point in fighting with people, especially people that will die later in future events.
Oh no. I don't want to die. I'm too young. I'm only 300.
See, I told you I got it.
Mm-hmm.
revealed out.
Sure is a lengthy cavern.
Have you looked at the whole map?
That's
You
a
know-
comment from Zenith.
There's a reason why I called this part 1. I know Adrian's busy next Wednesday, but there's enough stuff in here that's most likely going to be a 2-parter.
Tracy's very scared of the Underdark, though, so it would make sense if he needed to swap me out.
Alright, which way do you want to go? Keep going right, go up, go down? What do we think?
Can I roll a survival check?
Sir, what are you looking for?
What I think the best direction to go in would be.
Tracy thinks the stairs behind us is the best direction because it leads upwards, and that's got to be a good thing.
I'd like to roll survival and weigh those options real quick.
Okay.
I don't know. That way?
The stairway is going up. Behind you does go up to a higher level, closer to the surface, but you're already fairly far on the ground. It does seem to be a slight slope this way, but not a great slope, so it is going deeper. There is a path back here that you guys passed that goes up towards. You probably see the glowing mushroom on the other side. So you kind of know that kind of goes through.
I just realized that I have a feature called the right tool for the job. I could literally make mining tools if I wanted to.
You could.
Ooh.
You just would take
That's true.
take the action or take the
I think it
whatever.
takes a short rest, doesn't it, to make them? An hour or something like that?
I don't believe so, but I would have to double check.
You certainly could bust your way through that wall, given time and strength. It's not going to be an easy process.
Well, I say we go south. This way.
Alrighty.
Alright.
If there's anything we're looking for, it'll be further deeper into the cavern, but it's always best to clear out the edges.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy, if you're nervous, you can stay by me. I usually stay in the back anyway. And I can see in the dark if that helps. I don't know if you can, but I know I can.
I cannot see in the dark. Not down here.
Just stay by me, it's okay.
She will stand
Okay.
very close to you
Oh, sorry.
and follow you.
If I would have known that you didn't have dark vision, I would have prepared that spell for the day.
If you want to take a long rest, I can get my
Kenneth
spell
would
slots
see
back.
there are a pair of gates open gates over here.
Do we hear anything from these gates?
No.
Rayla comes down here, looks around, and goes, "This clearly doesn't loop back, but yeah, whatever."
Alright, so Tracy, to the left of me is Zenith and a pair of gates. Straight ahead, a little bit to the right is Glennon. And then down below us, and then over here to the right is Rayla and her unicorn and more cave.
I can see Zenith's torch, and occasionally the fluttering of the Peace Forge. But that's
Thank you.
about as far as I can see.
Seems to be a slightly raised thing. That's only about a 5 foot kind of, or less, kind of raise up over here.
Zenith, what's in there?
Looks like a prison cell for larger folk or something along those lines.
Nothing important?
Nothing important.
Then let's go this way.
The gates down here are closed.
Are they locked?
You haven't got up to them yet, but they're
Here
definitely
you go.
they're definitely latched. They are locked, and as you peer through the gates, you can see in there. There seems to be another one of those skeletons of a large lizard.
Oh, good, another one.
Another what?
The lizard
Yeah,
skeleton
lizard.
that we saw back there.
Oh. So there is more of them, but the one dead.
Doesn't look like much more that would be interesting inside of here, so not
Tracy,
worth getting in there.
I'll be right back. Can Nova roll? Okay, so the gates are barred, right?
They are closed and latched, yes.
Can I roll perception to kind of peer inside?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll do that.
Yep, you definitely see there is one of those creatures that was kept as a pet in this kennel, and there would be waste from the for 20. You would definitely see there'd be waste from when the animal went to the bathroom, and what looked like could have been a food dish where it was being fed, and
Nova kind of like holds the bars and looks around the cage for the pet, and I have to be prepared for anything that comes my way.
Okay. Gilith, what's your AC?